Hi, happy Thursday, end of June. This is Dr. Andrea with the the Michigan Center for Functional Medicine, and we have lots of programs and services to help reverse and prevent chronic disease. Today I want to talk about beauty from the inside. We talked about beauty from the inside out last week, and this week I want to talk about beauty from the outside in. The skin, being the largest organ of the body, has a large role in how we have health. And so we often look towards different measures in the skin to feel and understand if it is healthy. And one of those measures is something called turgor, or how much integrity is in the layers below the main layer of the skin. So you have the skin level, and then underneath, there is how much pull you have away from the underlying tissue, and how fast it goes back to maintaining its shape or resuming its shape. And so good skin turgor is often an indication of hydration. Poor skin turgor is a measure of dehydration. As we age, there is a level of subcutaneous fat that can go away. And here's a trick. Coconut oil-based products help that skin turgor get stronger and remain longer. So it's really great. You can definitely improve your skin turgor by using coconut oil-based cosmetics and products. And that's really fantastic because you can improve the overall look of your skin quite easily and quite quickly. And speaking of nutrients, adding fat or fat-based or coconut oil-based products to your skin is step one. So I, for a long time, only used very food as medicine, food as cosmetics kind of mentality for my skincare products. And I was using coconut oil, unrefined organic coconut oil, which is fantastic to use. However, it doesn't have all the nutrients that the skin needs. And in November, I started using some products that really are coconut based. There's Beauty Care and KPS Essentials that we talk about in detail because we really support those lines. And all of a sudden, my skin had brilliance that it hadn't had. So topical application is really important to the skin. So we think about topical application as, fairly benign. Like we just, whatever we put on our skin is fine, our body can handle it. But we do absorb quite a bit through the skin. And that's why a lot of hormone therapy is applied topically. So testosterone and estrogen primarily, progesterone can be taken orally, but estrogen and testosterone are two really effective hormones that have better transdermal absorption, meaning they can be absorbed throughout and affect the whole body by being absorbed through the skin. And one of the reasons that's the case for estrogen is that you can bypass the liver with that, which is really great. So anyway, skin definitely has transdermal absorption that is very high, and so we look then to, well, what are we using on our skin that we're assuming is normal? And I'll tell you, when most women leave their bathrooms in the morning, they have applied over 200 chemicals to their skin. And so the body is actually fighting and activating the immune system because of some of these products. I'm going to shift my screen over a little and make it a little bit more conducive. So the place it right here. Sorry, we're in the building and making a few changes tonight. So I'm so happy to be actually on Facebook Live because I love sharing this information. So back to it. So we have skin turgor, and we have absorption through the skin, and we use the absorption through the skin actually medically with transdermal absorption for hormones. So why do we care about all these cosmetic companies? Why does the Michigan Center for Functional Medicine support Beauty Counter and KPS Essentials? Because a lot of the cosmetic industry, first, it's unregulated, and because of that, people are making profits only on the marketing and not really the quality. And also there's been almost no national FDA modification since 1938 to the cosmetic regulation laws. So that's a big deal. So with our transdermal absorption, we have to think about the chemicals. And I'll tell you, this consumer beware, the mineral oil that is often in a lot of lotions is actually a drying agent. So mineral oil is a drying agent, and then it's put on our skin. Well, then our skin feels soft for a while, but it's actually still drying it out. Well, that's contributing to our overall body's health and our activation of our immune system. So look, please, if you look for one thing, when you look at your lotions, look for mineral oil, because if it's in there, then don't use it, because it's just wasting your time and your money. And tell other people. It's very important. So mineral oils is a big no-no. The environmental work group has a whole list of what are the toxins and what we need to be cautious about. And that leads me to sunscreen and some really exciting news in Hawaii. In May, they passed a law to restrict some of the products or some of the ingredients for sunscreens, because Hawaii was finding that the coral reefs were being affected by all the toxins of sunscreens introduced into the water. So the coral reef is actually dying as a result of the sunscreen. Imagine how much that's affecting our skin and our skin's effort to do the work to get us better and to keep us healthy and protected. So thanks everyone for joining. So happy. Thank you so much. And please ask any questions or have any comments. Thank you again for being here. It's great. Happy Thursday. So then, So the transdermal absorption and the sunscreen, and you can think about, well, what are we actually receiving through our sunscreen? And that's really important. And the environmental work group has some great information on their website, ewg.org. And Beauty Counter just introduced a fantastic sunscreen line that is very effective and has those chemicals have never existed in their product line. So I just want to speak briefly to the pH of 15 or 30 is 99% effective in protection. So 50 and 60 and 70, those are not really essential to enhancing any level of protection. And when do you use sunscreen, right? So we're talking about beauty from the outside in, and a lot of us really love the sun. The sun has the ability to help us produce vitamin D and also nourish our bodies. But unfortunately, we've been on this bandwagon of buy more sunscreen, use it all the time, use it underneath your clothes, etc. And really, it's just a matter of using sunscreen at the appropriate time to really protect your skin if you're going to be exposed to a high level of sun at a time that would produce a burn. Otherwise, we need sun exposure to help our body work right. And one of those ways is to be able to absorb vitamin D through the sun to be converted through the kidneys. So the sun is our friend. It's just moderation that's important. And obviously protecting the areas that have a little more tendency to be affected by the sun. So the nose, the ears, and also those areas that can kind of hide those skin-based cancers like squamous or basal, which are possible, but that also has to do a lot with nutrition deficiencies in the skin. So it's a different consideration when we think about, what is, oh, hi, Natalie. Thanks so much for joining. So when we think about, skin cancer, what are the considerations? And it's definitely, there can be excessive sun exposure, but the other thing is thinking about nutritional deficiencies and our body not getting the nourishment that it needs. So that is some of the areas that I want to talk about today. And if you have any questions, then please bring that up. And we have a lot more information coming up. And thank you so much. Have a beautiful night.